So another month in the Championship has now been concluded. The month of November is behind us in terms of Championship football. And first of all, we have to talk about some of the midweek games going on the Championship this week because they were absolutely mental. We had Aston Villa going up against Nottingham Forest, that game finishing as a 5-5 draw in the end at Villa Park. Let me know down below what you made of your team's performance in midweek. We also saw Bristol City claim a dramatic 3-2 away victory against bottom of the table Ipswich Town. That's not going to do Ipswich any favours. We saw Wigan getting back to winning ways with a 3-1 home victory over Blackburn Rovers. On Tuesday, we also had some great games. Sheff Utd beating Brentford by 3-2. We had my team Preston drawing 1-1 with Middlesbrough. And overall, midweek in the Championship was absolutely bonkers. So do let me know in the comments down below what you make of your team's performance in midweek. But enough of that, guys. We are here to talk about the Championship November Team of the Month. Now, this was a pretty hard one to go ahead and compile as we only had 4 games going on in November for each Championship club. So to pick out the form players from this month was a pretty hard task. But I've come up with a team which I am happy with. So let me know down below, who do you think deserves their place into the November Team of the Month? If we do take a look at the Championship table before we jump into my team, we got Norwich City still sat top of the Championship on 37 points. What a run they've been on under lately. We got Leeds United back in 2nd position. And then making up the bottom 3, we got Ipswich Town, Bolton Wanderers and Hull City. What I absolutely love about the Championship this year is how tight it is at both the top and bottom of the Championship. I'm sure that when we do our December Team of the Month video, the Championship will look completely different to what it is looking like now. But enough of that, guys. Let's go ahead and hop into my team. So starting it out in goal, this was a pretty hard one to come up with, really. I was tempted to give it to Costel Pantilimon as he did keep 3 clean sheets in the month of November, but then we had the game against Aston Villa. He conceded 5 goals and he had a bit of a nightmare, so I'm not going to give it to Pantilimon. My goalkeeper of the month, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Jack Butland. He's had a fairly solid month in my opinion, popping up with some massive saves for Stoke City. The game they had last night against Derby County, he produced some massive saves in that game once again. Probably his standout game in the month of November was the 0-0 draw that Stoke had away at Nottingham Forest. In that game, Stoke were put under quite a lot of pressure by the Nottingham Forest attacking lineup, and Jack Butland was level to all of them. There was one particular save he made when Lewis Grabman was racing through on goal. Jack Butland managed to spread himself wide and keep the ball out of the back of the net, and so I easily could have given Jack Butland the goalkeeper of the month for last month as well, because he's been terrific lately for Stoke City. But I feel like on merit, Jack Butland, with the performances he's had lately, deserves his place in this team. He's been excellent for Stoke lately. And then moving on into our defence, coming up first of all, we were of course going to have Alan Hutton in there. Now for Aston Villa, they've actually gone under a really good run of form in the Championship recently. They're out unbeaten in the month of November, so expect to see a couple of Villa players in this video. I mean, the obvious standout moment for Hutton in November was of course the goal he scored against Birmingham City. I'm still not sure what the Birmingham defence was doing for that one, but fair play to him, still doing it at the age he is. I think, you know, a couple of seasons ago there were some Villa fans and a lot of fans in general thinking that Alan Hutton probably is finished. A couple of people questioned when he did get a new contract why that was given to him, but he's fully justifying that at the moment. He's been instrumental in Villa being so solid at the back lately, and I think he's fitting in under Dean Smith. Then coming in next to my defence, we are going to have Tim Close of Norwich City. Now we have spoke about Norwich quite a bit on the channel so far in terms of the style of football they've been playing, the attacking players they've got on show at the moment, but we've not really spoke about their defence a lot. But so far this season, Tim Close has been absolutely huge for them. For one reason, he's scored some massive goals for them so far this season, but defensively he's been absolutely solid for them so far. Obviously in midweek it was a bit of a disappointing result for Norwich in the grand scheme of things, drawing 0-0 with Hull City, but another clean sheet for this season and another good performance from Tim Close in that game. He's been a leader at the back for Norwich this season. Last year we had Norwich at times being quite inconsistent defensively. This season I think we've seen a lot more consistency, and a lot of that is down to the leadership of Tim Close. We've seen Norwich keep 2 clean sheets in the month of November, and in my opinion he deserves his place in this team. Then to finish off my defence, I'm going to have Liam Cooper of Leeds United. Now this was a really hard choice. In my opinion it was either between Cooper or Fry from Middlesbrough. I've just decided to give it to Cooper because I think that in terms of Leeds this season, they have been quite unlucky with the amount of injuries they've been picking up, and the one consistent player in that Leeds back line this season has been Liam Cooper. You know, we've seen Douglas in and out of the team with injuries, Janssen as well, Ayling as well, but Cooper this season has been absolutely huge for Leeds United and is one of the main reasons why they have been so good defensively so far this season. The game they had in midweek, quite a dramatic one in the end, beating Reading by 1-0 at Ellen Road, but once again we saw the player that Liam Cooper is, making blocks, interceptions, and he is so comfortable on the ball. He really does fit into this Bielsa system, and so without a doubt in my mind, Cooper does deserve his place in this team. And now moving on into my midfield for my team of the month. The first midfielder coming into the list is going to be Harry Wilson of Derby County. Finally a Derby player does make it into my team of the month. I've had quite a few comments so far about Derby fans not being too happy that I've not included the player so far, but in my opinion Harry Wilson does deserve his place in this team. Scored a brilliant goal last night against Stoke City, a free kick from just outside the box, beating Jack Butland fantastically. But in the month of November we've seen Harry Wilson scoring 3 goals. He's played in a variety variety of positions for Derby so far, either in the number 10 position or out on the left or right wing, and he's been absolutely superb for Derby. He probably has been their most potent attacking force so far, brilliant at cutting inside on his left foot and just bending it towards the top corner. He was the man of the match in the game they had against Sheff Wednesday, beating them by 2 goals to 1, scored a goal in that game as well, and he also scored in the 3-1 home victory they had against Birmingham earlier on in the month. Then coming in next to Wilson in my midfield, we are going to have Alan Brown of Preston North End. Preston currently find themselves on the longest unbeaten run in the Championship, 9 games now that we are unbeaten in, and Alan Brown has played an absolutely massive role in that, scoring clutch goals from midfield, pressing people from the front, playing in that number 10 position. In the month of November, we've seen Alan Brown score 2 goals and pick up 2 assists. His standout game was against Blackburn Rovers. In that game, he was absolutely on fire, picked up a 9.1 match rating, got 2 assists in that game and a goal and the man of the match award. For this team of the month, I could have easily put in Ben Pearson as well. He's also been absolutely fantastic next to Alan Brown in midfield in recent weeks, but I just decided to give it Alan Brown as he has been scoring some massive goals for us lately. Then coming in next to my midfield, we're going to have Jack Grealish of Aston Villa. In the month of November, in my opinion, he's been absolutely superb. Picking up 2 goals and 2 assists, he's been the vital reason why Villa have gone unbeaten for the month of November, and working under Dean Smith, I think, will do absolute wonders for Jack Grealish's career, playing in a little bit more of an advanced role, being more involved in the attacking output as well. The other day I did a video on the top 15 playmakers in the Championship, and I really enjoyed some of the debates going in the comments down below. We had some people thinking Grealish is overrated, some people think he's fairly rated, and it was an interesting debate going on, but I don't think anyone can disparage how good he has been in the month of November. We just need to see this consistency for a whole season, but in the month of November, Grealish has been excellent. And another player who has been excellent in the month of November is, of course, Emi Buendia of Norwich City. With Norwich currently sat top of the Championship, I had to throw a couple of their players in there as they are bang in form at this point in time. And since Buendia has come into the Norwich starting 11, Norwich have looked like a different animal going forward. Playing on that right-hand side, he offers them that bit more creativity and a little bit of diversity going forward. Can play on the half-turn, can play in a little bit of space, look to find his opponent in a tight area. I think all the Norwich fans have now seen the sort of technical quality that Emi Buendia does possess. In the month of November, we saw him score 2 goals and pick up 1 assist, as well as 2 man of the match awards. He really has been one of the main attacking outlets for Norwich going forward lately. It's fair to say that Norwich made some absolutely brilliant signings in the summer transfer window, and Buendia has certainly been one of them so far. And then coming in to complete my midfield, we are going to have Joe Lolly of Nottingham Forest. I had to include Joe Lolly after the ridiculous game he had against Aston Villa. He picked up a 9.81 match rating, and it's easy to see why. He scored 1 absolute banger of a goal and also got 4 assists in that game as well. Absolutely ridiculous from Joe Lolly. He's a player who I've loved watching play so far this season. He's been scoring screamer after screamer after screamer, but the one he scored against Villa was absolutely magnificent, just smashing it into the top corner. The keeper stood absolutely no chance. He's been heavily involved in Forest's attacking play so far this season, and it's very easy to see why Forest fans hold him in such high regard. Then moving on into my strike force on my team, we've got 2 positions still left to fill. Coming up first, we're going to have Teemu Pukki of Norwich City, once again making it into my team of the month, and it's easy to see why. Scoring 5 goals in the month of November, scoring 2 braces in that time as well, scoring a brace against Sheff Wednesday and against Millwall, helping Norwich pick up 6 points from those 2 games. It will probably be an interesting video for me to look into doing in the future, but Teemu Pukki has to be one of the bargains of the season. What a player he's been for Norwich City so far. We've already seen him score 10 goals and pick up 1 assist in 16 starts for Norwich City so far this season. And what I do like about Pukki is sort of the range of things he offers for this Norwich side. He can be a creator, he can be a finisher, you name it, Teemu Pukki is the man in form in the Championship at this point in time. And then to complete the team, we are of course going to have Tammy Abraham of Aston Villa, currently on loan from Chelsea. Once again, another player who had a stunning performance in midweek, scoring 4 goals against Nottingham Forest. In the month of November, he's been on absolute fire for Aston Villa and really has flourished so far under Dean Smith. I think that everyone always sort of knew that when Villa did complete the signing of Tammy Abraham, he was always going to go on to get big things in the Championship. His last season in the Championship with Bristol City, we saw him scoring 23 goals that year. He's already got 10 this season in the Championship, and so really the sky's the limit. With the amount of chances that Villa are creating per game now under Dean Smith, Tammy Abraham really could be a shout for the top scorer this season. But as you can see on screen now, guys, that is my Championship November team of the month. So let me know in the comments down below, do you agree with my selections? And who would you include in your team of the month? Let me know down below. But apart from that, guys, that will now wrap it up for this video. So if you did go on to enjoy, make sure you leave a like. It is always massively appreciated, as well as that that, make sure you do subscribe for some regular championship content. Tomorrow will be when my championship score predictions video does come out, so make sure you do stick around for that as well. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you are enjoying a bit more regular content at this point in time. But like I said, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like. But apart from that, thank you very much, and I'll see you all in the next one.